Every night it's there, silent, present. Without the moon, life as we know it would probably not exist. But one question remains. Is the moon really just a natural satellite? The Elohim teach us that life doesn't arise by accident. It doesn't emerge from chaos by miracle. It's born when the correct conditions are brought together, tweaked and mastered. Imagine a planet like Earth, but whose axis of rotation oscillates freely, without restraint, not by a few fractions of a degree over millennia, but by tens of degrees in just a few cosmic moments. The poles would shift, continents would tilt to the extremes, temperate lands would alternate between scorching and freezing, seasons would lose their rhythm, and the weather would no longer be predictable. On such a planet, complex life couldn't take hold. And yet, this scenario is not fiction. This is what scientific models show when we remove a single parameter from the delicate system that is Earth. A discrete element, silent, yet absolutely essential. This element, we see it every night, suspended above our heads like an immutable presence, the moon. From a strictly scientific perspective, the Earth shouldn't be stable. Its mass, rotational speed, position in the solar system, nothing guarantees its axis remaining tilted at around 23 degrees. Calculations show that a planet of this size, left on its own, would experience chaotic variations in its inclination. Its climate would become unpredictable. Complex life would be continually destroyed. And yet, that isn't what we observe. Something is acting as a gravitational damper. Something is preventing the system from drifting into chaos. And that something is the moon. But not an ordinary moon. Its mass represents about 1/80th of the Earth's mass. For a satellite, that's enormous. In the entire solar system, no other rocky planet has a companion so massive in proportional to itself. This mass, placed at this precise distance, produces exactly the effect needed to stabilize the Earth's axis. Without the moon, the Earth's tilt would vary from 0 to more than 50 degrees. But with it, the tilt remains contained between 22 and 24 degrees. The difference between these two situations is the difference between a dead planet and a living planet. One could conclude that this is just a lucky coincidence. After all, random chance sometimes produces favorable combinations. But here, it's not only the result that's striking, it's the precision. The moon is neither too massive nor too light. Its orbit is neither too close nor too far. It occupies the position that allows Earth to remain habitable. In engineering, when a system responds so perfectly to a specific need, we don't speak of chance, we speak of design. The moon's rotation also adds to this suspicion. It's always the same side that faces the Earth. This synchronous rotation is perfectly locked. Over millions of years, it doesn't drift. It doesn't desynchronize. Likewise, the lunar orbit remains remarkably stable, despite the gravitational perturbations from the Sun and other planets. In mechanics, such behavior corresponds to a system calibrated to endure. It's not the behavior of a wandering object. It is that of a component integrated into a functional whole. The Elohim teach us that humanity is not the product of chance, but the result of a scientific creation carried out by an advanced civilization. The Elohim have long mastered genetics, biology, and the fundamental laws of physics. From this perspective, the implantation of life was a project. Unlike any viable project, it had to be stabilized. The Earth's axis needed to be stable. Thus, an intervention was required. It was either stabilize or lose the planet. The Elohim may not have needed to create the moon from nothing. They could have captured an existing celestial body, modified its trajectory, and inserted it into a calculated orbit to produce the desired effect. A specific mass, a calculated distance, a trajectory. Such an operation is far beyond our current capabilities, but it doesn't violate any known laws of the universe. If the Elohim reached a technological level far superior to ours, then gravitational engineering on a planetary scale becomes conceivable. And in this interpretation, the moon is not a symbol, it's a tool. One can reject this interpretation. One could prefer to believe in an extraordinary coincidence, but the question remains, why would chance have produced exactly what was needed at exactly the right time with such precision? The moon continues to fulfill its function perfectly every night, without noise, without any obvious message. Perhaps this is the mark of a successful intervention, that it becomes invisible. The Elohim never sought to be worshipped. They sought to create, to preserve, transmit life. And perhaps the first tangible trace of their passage is not written only in our ancient books nor carved in stone, but has for millennia been suspended right above our heads.